Hello, beautiful beings, and welcome to another live. I started speaking before the timer counted down fully because I've been noticing a little lag and delay on the YT when I upload this. And I was just wondering, do I need to start talking sooner? Because otherwise I'm then just pausing, waiting for the 3, 2, 1, and then I'm like, hi. People probably don't think about that, but I'm thinking about it right now. So, as you speak, you create. As you choose, you manifest. You are literally making apparent whatever it is you are highlighting in your consciousness. Whether or not you realize it, you're doing that. So, the question is, are you experiencing what you desire to experience? What I'm thinking about right now is sharing on TikTok. Because this is what someone asked, what are you thinking about right now? I'm thinking about sharing, reminding, being here. I'm also thinking about how I just released my 6th track for hypnotones, and this one is, my body is so healthy, my cells know exactly what to do, my body heals perfectly every time, and it's fire, and I love it. Fire, exactly. And that's the 2nd track I've released this week, right? I hadn't released one since March, but then I just 2 were done this week. So I just released I'm the Best and Only Option on Monday, I believe. And now it's Thursday and you'll get another track from me. Aren't you blessed? So utilize it, enjoy it, play with it. The links are in the place where they live. Hi, Crystal. Hi, Now. Hi, Third. You guys are great. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy to be here. Did I go live yesterday? I did. I didn't upload it though. I went live twice. I had the red glasses on, I remember now. Yeah. So, what's the most wonderful thing you could do? Also, Healthy State is half off right now. So I just wanted to remind everyone if you've been wanting to experience that. Even though I understand there's no separation, I wouldn't even pay attention to that. That's a thought, right? Don't even worry about it. You're already perfect. You're together, you're perfect. Oh, you experience missing them. You're going to miss them when they go to the store. You miss them when they go to the store. You miss them when they go for a walk. You're like, oh, I'm so excited for them to get home. Yeah, that's normal. Of course you miss people when you love them. What helps with missing, though, is being really present in the moment and enjoying what you're doing. When you're so absorbed in enjoying what you're doing, you're probably not even thinking about that. So just a reminder of be like, oh, I'll see them later, and then do whatever you want to do. Or you could, play with it however you want to. It doesn't matter. Missing them's not going to stop you from experiencing your perfect relationship. Nothing will stop you as long as you decide that nothing stops you. That being said, it's helpful to not be a twit in the 3D. Right? If you're out doing shit in the 3rd dimension, moving from the character of I don't have this, I have to force it and make it happen, you are missing the point entirely. Been crying and telling myself it's already done. I just saw a fabulous success story of someone who was I had been trying for however long, and then when I finally actually focused on what I was saying inside myself, and just didn't stop doing that, things shifted. And she was like, I even cried at the bottom of the shower, was affirming while crying and stuff, and it didn't matter. And I just think that's so funny. To be clear, I don't desire you to distress yourself while you're selecting your thoughts, right? But I'm just saying, when you do recognize that you get to select and shift, make it easy for you. Make it easy for you. Know that it's done. Know that what you say is what you speak is the word of God, because you are the creator, you're the selector, you're the experiencer. As you state it, so it is. As you state it, so it must be. This happened in the easiest, most direct way. This happened in the most beautiful way. I'm receiving this thing in the most beautiful, perfect way. It comes right to me. My manifestation is starting to throw through deep and weird. I'll disturb it with my doubts. Well, don't. Why are you giving power to a thought? Why are you giving power to a doubt? Why are you giving power to a doubt, baby? Thank you so much for liking and commenting and sharing and all that jazz. Appreciate you very much. So now that you're in your healthy relationship, tell me about it. What is your healthy relationship like? Oh my God, we do everything together. We do a lot of things together, but we still have our separate things that we love doing. And like, we're just really compatible. And like, this is the best relationship either of us ever been in. And like, we make each other so happy in the best ways. We communicate so perfectly and healthily. It doesn't matter if like something comes up, we work through it. Like, you know, whatever. We have the best marriage ever. Same with body too. Like, my body is so healthy. It knows exactly what to do. And even if something were to come up, I know that my body is just in that moment restructures to whatever is the best for it. Kind of like when you're manifesting health, you stop doing the patterns that are perpetuating the idea of unhealth in you. So it's like, if you are constantly slouching and on your phone and it affects your posture and the way you think and feel and breathe, you stop sitting that way, right? You take out the thing that you're doing in the physical. You shift your physicality and being like, oh, I actually have perfect posture. I actually have perfect posture. My spine is perfect. Wow, my spine is perfect and I have the posture of a perfect spine. This is what I did, right? So you take out the thing that you're interrupting yourself with. If checking your phone 30,000 times a day to get a text from Jim Bob is interrupting your joy and flow of life, that's the unhealth thing that you stop doing. That's the bad posture in this analogy, right? It's like, because you're secure in your relationship. You don't need to do all that. You just naturally receive messages. And you are selecting in your reality of, this is what I'm experiencing. Hi, Pisces. Oh my gosh, it's a good day to be alive. Hi, Luna, baby. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. That's 6 tracks out so far for Hypnotones. Oh, you saw the interview with Tone? Oh my gosh, thank you so much. It was wonderful. If you, thank you for liking and commenting and sharing and all that jazz for any of my YouTube stuff, or, you know. Did you watch both? Because there's one on his channel and there's one on my channel. And they're both amazing. I had so much fun. We both had so much fun. It was great. We're both highly creative individuals. Hi, Phoenix. Also, Hypnotones track. This week I released 2 tracks. I Am the Best and Only Option, and I just released My Body is So Healthy. So if you haven't enjoyed that yet, I highly recommend after this live, you pop over and start jamming to it. How fun that now there's a playlist of 6 tracks that you can take on a walk, groove, jam, enjoy. I'm wonderful. I'm magnificent. I'm phenomenal. Oh, I'm so glad. Now that I'm thinking of this, I'm going to tweak the, you already have everything you desire, like Strut Walk Rampage. I think I'm going to tweak that track and add it to this playlist or album. It's not exactly like the same as the Hypnotone thing, but maybe I'll call it a bonus track. Or maybe I'll just release it as a single. But I definitely want to release that on Spotify too. So it's so much fun. Oh my God. I'm so creative. Wow, everybody's so creative. I'm so happy. I'm so happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. Everything's perfect for me. My body's phenomenal. My mind is gorgeous and glorious. Everything I touch turns to gold. I'm so wise and phenomenal, right? You know, how you talk to yourself. Also, it's like, my favorite thing is like stating as fact, right? I'm saying that as a fact. I'm not saying that to make it happen. It's just like, that is the truth. That is a statement. If you are in a space of like playing with not believing that, number one, you get to choose to believe it, but also like, if you repeat something enough times, it's gonna get in there. You're gonna believe it. Also awkward when my person woke up saying manifesting an SP is easy for me. Because he heard you, but I was like, he's just reflecting me. He's telling me manifesting him is easy. Why would you like that? Don't feel awkward. Feel powerful. Feel like, wow, it already worked. Look how easy that was. Look at him repeating something. He manifests everyone. He's been a manifestation of you the whole time. So, already done. Isn't that nice that you got such immediate confirmation? Not that you needed it, because he's literally sleeping next to you. But, you know, you still got it. I noticed that, like, I raised this eyebrow a lot, so I'm trying to, like, get this one active. It will be. It's happening. But see, like, without the rest of the face contorting. Hi, Master Manifestors. Olivia, if you want to hop on live today or sometime, like, feel free to send in a little requesty. He hinted at me visiting him in NYC, but I'm already living there. He's making us pancakes. Hell yeah, you are. Pancakes in NYC. Delicious. I'm in New Jersey, and I keep seeing a lot of people in, like, Jersey and New York and stuff, and I'm thinking about, like, some sort of fun meetup thing. The tire shop. Beautiful. Amazing. Blueberry one's amazing. I love that. Hello.
Oh, I'm trying to. Okay, there we go. Wait, did that work? Wait. Okay, wait. And there I am.
Hi. Welcome.
Hi, what's going on?
Oh, you know, enjoying life and the live. And then I was just like, your thing started flashing in the corner, and I was like, maybe Olivia wants to hop on for a little bit.
That's funny. I saw you live because, like, I told you, like, I'm like driving out of town, but my tires are like bald in the front, so I was like, I need 2 tires. So I just happened to, like, pull up here, and I was like, oh, Rose is live. I don't see what she's talking about.
Selecting your reality. Let me, like, tune in to what's the most wonderful thing you can imagine today, and then multiply it by 2. Like, whatever that is, that's what you get to experience. Like, just, like, assume that that's what's going to get brought to you.
Yeah, I love that so much. Something I've been focusing on is being well taken care of by God. I feel like it covers, like, everything. It's like I feel like it's helped me shift from expecting, like, the worst or expecting just okay to, like, expecting the best of the best of the best, like, and just resting into that. Like, I'm well taken care of. Like, even feeling like whatever intention I've set, I don't need to do anything for it. Like, that feeling is the best fucking feeling. Like, I don't need to do anything. I set the intention. God's handling it. Thanks, God. Cool. I'm going to go about doing what I'm doing and just be ready to receive.
I love that. I also really like, I'm always receiving the best of the best.
Yeah.
That's fun. I'm writing that in my notebook, and I will.
I like that. The best of the best. I like that. I'm taking that.
Receiving the best of the best.
Period.
I'm always receiving the best of the best. Maybe that'll be another track. Let's see, what did this person say? Hi, Red Mama. Had a fun awareness the other day. I met a new friend, and mine started to state, oh, they aren't into me. And then I stopped it and changed the intention that they like me, we are good friends, etc. I love that. I love doing that, and I also like love witnessing that in experience. If I'm ever like, oh my god, like what if this, like what if they don't? I'm just like, girl, select. Oh yeah, of course they love me. Of course they love me. I'm phenomenal. I'm delightful. Like I've met me. I love hanging out with me. So always, always choosing the most wonderful things.
Yeah, I feel like selecting reality. I love that you say it like that because that's really what we're doing. I feel like that's easier to like understand than even like manifesting, because I feel like manifesting is like I'm trying to make something happen. I'm trying to, but it's like you're not making anything happen. It already happened. You're just selecting which of the happenings. So it's
Yes,
like, which
exactly.
of the happenings would you like?
Like literally, I had so originally like the selector reality course was originally Master Manifesting Magician. It was going to be Master Manifester, and then I saw a bunch of courses with that name already, so I was like Master Manifesting Magician, and then I was like, let's get more at what it is, and then I went to Create Your Reality, but then I felt like that was like still a little efforty. And I was like, okay, select a reality because it's already created, it's already there. So you're just going like, yes, I'll have the chicken, I'll have the salad, I'll have the pork chop, you know, whatever. Like you're selecting from the conveyor belt of delicacies wandering through your mind, the mind, right? Because like these thoughts already exist in existence. Everything exists in existence. So it's not like you're like your human brain is not generating a thought, right? It's receiving in awareness, like it's parading by you, and you're just saying like, a tap dancing frog. Okay, cool. Or like, you know, whatever happens to wander by you. And you don't have to like make it stressful to witness a thought. First of all, you are God, you are all that is. A little thought, witnessing a thought. That's not scary. That's just me being like, everything exists in existence. I see that that thought exists too. How can people recognize they really can just select on a deeper level? Practice, play with it. Like, play with it. Like, start selecting little random things. I told you guys about this the time where I was like, when I was living in Austin and working at the preschool, I was like, you know, show me a blue dragonfly if I'm on the right path, right? And then, like, I was meditating in a stream because I like to do that, especially in hot climates. I will sit in the water and meditate. And then I, like, opened my eyes, like, however many minutes later, and there were 15 blue dragonflies on me. 15, I counted. And I was like, this is, well, yeah, insane, first of all, but also, like, hella confirmation, right? Um, and then it's just like a matter of also like you don't have to like manifest signs, right? Because that's a thing I very much want to like impart to you guys is like, you know, I was playing around with that for fun and that did increase my confidence. However, don't do the thing of manifesting, hi Sheila, of manifesting like sign after sign after sign after sign. Someone's doing something with a saw or something. Yeah. So it's like focusing on like, oh, I have the thing, right? Because you're otherwise you're like, oh my God, I need confirmation on this. Okay, I will check my DMs. Thank you for letting me know.
Can I weigh in on that too?
Yes, please.
Like when you're selecting, I feel like for me, what happens, like when it comes to like just selecting and like getting rid of like, oh, I have to do this. So like when you are in the mind frame of I have to do this and you're crossing over into the reality of just selecting, the brain, like when you select, your brain is going to say, okay, but what do we have to do? And so it's like becoming aware in that moment that I don't actually have to do something. I thought I had to do something. And so I had to do something because I thought I did. But me having to do something is its own reality, and me just selecting it and it being done is its own reality. And actually, really, there is nothing ever to be done because you're not the doer. You're the chooser. You're the beer. And so God is the doer that makes it, that has already made it be done. So there is no doing. You're selecting, like Rose is saying, you're walking into a room that's already completely furnished with your desire. So you're never ever doing, you can give yourself the illusion like, here I am with my dolly and my boxes and my furniture to make this, you know, to rearrange my state and to bring the stuff into my state. But all of that, you're just going to be like walking in the hallway back and forth with your dolly until you decide I'm there. And then you just pop up into the new reality, which you actually don't have to do anything. So I think like in that moment when you come up and when you're like, I'm going to select this and your mind says, okay, but what do we have to do? It's again, becoming conscious that way. I'm the God of my reality, and God, the being that galactified the galaxies, has done it already. So what I'm doing is literally just being in agreement that it's done and actually releasing the feeling of needing to do, because the needing to do is coming from the one who doesn't have, which is okay and natural because that's the state I've been in. But now I'm in this other state where it's done and it's mine. So how wonderful is that? And then like allowing yourself to like saturate in that and imagine in that and feel that.
Like, yes, the reality of doing, the reality of having to do something to get the thing is different than the reality of I have it, it came right to me. So it's like there are different paths. Infinite iterations exist, right? So it's like there's the reality where I have to do X, Y, and Z to get it. There's the reality where it came right to me. There's the reality where I spun in a circle and then I farted and then I cried and then it comes to me. There's the reality where it's just like you start efforting and then you're like, wait, what am I doing? And then it comes to you. You know, so it's just like all the things exist. Like, you know?
I love that, Rose. You're so brilliant. You really are.
I just like, I remember there was that episode of like So Weird on the Disney Channel when I was little, and it was like she did this one thing, she made a decision to do one thing, and then she like went on a whole like bad path and ended up in like the bad, like, because there's parallel realities, right? So in my 6-year-old understanding, I was just thinking, okay, so there's a good path and a bad path. But it's like so much, there's infinite paths, right? So there's also the path where it's like you do all the wrong things and you still get your fucking thing.
Yeah.
Infinite. So it's like you can't fuck it up. You can't mess it up. And I was talking about yesterday, I was drawing my little circles. I was like, circumstances, you are the stance. You're the one standing. So it's just surrounding you. You're the center point. So like you are the one decreeing like it matters or it doesn't matter. You're the only one that could be like, oh my God, this thing, someone threw a shoe, this matters, or it just doesn't even enter my consciousness.
Ooh, Rose, that's so good. I feel like when you're shifting and you're experiencing, you know, the old story or you know, whatever you're experiencing in the 3D, you get to decide that matters or not. That's huge, because that's really indicative of whether you've shifted consciously or not. Because if you react to, you know, the reality the same from the same story within, and, you know, it matters because you still believe that, because you're still identified with that. But it's like, if you're already identified with the other story, then what you're seeing and experiencing doesn't matter, even down to what we experience within ourselves. I feel like this is a part that we don't talk about enough, because we're so focused on what's going on outside of us. But sometimes even what's inside of us, like even when we're doubting and we're fearing and we're having thoughts or identities from the old story, and we look at that and say, see, this means I haven't shifted. But it doesn't necessarily mean that. It means that that's a state that you were in. And so here's the result of that. And so, but you get to decide that, right? It's like, because reality is constant. We're shifting parallel realities. So in one reality, it does mean that you haven't shifted and you need to do more work. In another reality, it means that you did shift. And this is just it clearing out. And you kind of are like the selector. So I feel like, Rose, you really helped to bring this back to like my awareness in our live that we did of just acknowledging like what's happening in the 3D as the old story, instead of just trying like, no, it's not there, oh God, or whatever, like freaking out. Just know you're there for a reason. It's okay. Nothing's going wrong. Nothing is fucking, you know, it's what I used to give attention to and now I don't, you know? Hold on a sec.
Turn your hazard light off.
Huh?
Your hazard light.
It's not on.
Your traffic is on.
It's not on. It's doing that because y'all have my tires off. It does that every now and again. You can look right.
Data is on.
Sir, go look at right now. It's not on.
Did you turn it off?
No, it's not on. I'm trying to explain it to you.
Yeah, but it was on when I was looking for
because I'm trying to tell you, sir. It's doing.
I'm going to mute her mic for a little bit. and then she can get my attention when to put it back on. But what I wanted to say is, like, as you are walking through your reality. Okay, hold on. Let me put her microphone back on.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm
It's
so
okay.
sorry.
I was like, I don't need to hear about this.
No.
Want you guys to, like, imagine for a second, you're gonna do this later, basically. You're walking through your world, through your reality, and as you're walking, like, whatever you're perceiving of, it's shifting around you. As you shift in consciousness, it's shifting right then and there to be exactly what you state. So if you're like, oh, this circumstance matters, then you're walking through the reality, the 3D projection of that mattering. But as soon as you shift your consciousness to, no, wait, it doesn't, literally reality shifts around you. You get that? Like, it's that easy. You're walking through your own mind right now. This is what the interplay of this projection is. You're taking a little waltz through Easy Street or Tringsville, as Ms. Olivia says. So whatever you notice the street signs are saying, you get to be like, no, actually, I'm in Easy Central. I'm in Everything's Perfect for me. And again, like you were saying, like, yeah, people sometimes will see things and freak out and be like, oh my God. If you're familiar with Plato's cave allegory, where it's like, there are like people in a cave chained to where they can't really move out of the cave. So all they know is what's in the cave. And then there's like shadows projected on a cave wall from like things passing the light source outside of the cave. So all you see is like shadows moving. And so in your mind, you can assume that there's monsters outside of the cave and never try and escape. Or you can assume that whatever's out there has to be better than what's in here. So like, it's all you. If you're seeing the shadows projected in your external reality, it doesn't matter how crisply they're rendered or how compelling they are, you get to venture to where you're choosing to be, right? And that happens in here. That happens of like, actually, it all worked out for me perfectly. Actually, it all came right to me. Actually, I didn't have to stress about that at all. How many times have you received something, you are stressing yourself the hell out, and then it worked out even better than you could have imagined, and then you're like, wow, I was really so tense and twisting and crying about this thing, and it just like took care of itself? Probably more than once. That's probably happened to you multiple times. Thank you. What do you do if you live with a narcissist parent who is emotionally mean/unstable? Change the story. I manifested my parents and my sister and all our relationships to be different. Tone also in our interview together mentioned that he reformulated people. I don't use the word narcissist in that sense because it's like the same as using the word avoidant or anxious attachment or something. That is a label that someone somewhere in consciousness came up with, and then people heard and identified, and they said, this person is that. So you, in all your God power and energy, are decreeing upon this person. It's like you're stating, this person is a failure, or this person is sick, or this person is whatever. You're holding that in consciousness. They have no choice but to show you who you are decreeing that they are. There's infinite versions of them you could have selected. And you are selecting the version of them that's showing up like a turd. And then you're like saying like, oh God, oh my God, this is just how they are. Wrong. That's how the projection of your consciousness was experiencing them at the time. And if you want them to be different, just be like, easy things to do. Feel in your body. What's happening in your body when you're saying, oh my God, they are this way, right? Can you pay attention? Can you feel your heartbeat faster? Your muscles get tense? That state you're putting yourself through has nothing to do with them right now, right? Sure, maybe whatever was ping-ponging back and forth, maybe you got yelled at a lot. I know I did. But like, I had to teach myself to hold peace in regards, especially to my dad, of like being like, he's so calm. And then for a while, like when I'd be around him, if he'd make a sigh or something, I'd feel my body start tensing up. And then I'd be like, oh, you're like trying to select the other story. Let's like reselect right now. Actually, he's so calm and peaceful. And so I'd let that story go. He's so calm and peaceful. Whatever he needed to receive in consciousness to be the most wonderful version of himself, he received. Let consciousness take care of it. I don't have to solve a problem. I am not going to go have conversations out in external reality. I'm not going to try and convince someone. If I think someone's I don't even use the word toxic. What's a good word? A pain in the ass. If I think someone's being a jerk, I could go and have a conversation from the energy of me being like, this person's being a jerk and I have to go correct it and I have to fix it and I have to convince them, but they're not going to listen to me anyway because that's just who they are. It's like Newton's second law or whatever, where it's like you meet the wall and the wall pushes back with the same amount of force, equal and opposite, right? And instead, what am I doing? I'm going to select internally. Actually, they're so peaceful. Actually, they realized I'm not reacting. They're realizing that they're behaving absurdly and they have that awakening in consciousness to realize they don't want to behave that way anymore. So what happens? Because I raised in consciousness to recognize that I don't have to fucking meet them there. I said, you know what? Actually, they realized whatever they needed to realize because I realized that whatever I needed to realize, which was they're better than that. They are consciousness. They get to be conscious. So you select internally. Don't hold them in a state of they are horrible. Here's the thing. You're going to be interacting in a lot of ways in this world. You don't have to do this for every person you interact with. However, if it's the person you interact with all the time, you can choose the story you want to perpetuate. And that does require you actually teaching yourself safety within your body and relaxing. How good are you at being still? How good are you at noticing when the wibbly wobbly comes up? Olivia had to go. All right. I was chatting. Seeing colorful swirls rearranging. I love that. I was just thinking, yeah, she was just available for a little bit, so hopped on. Do you think that you cause other people's passing? I'm scared of creating that. Infinite iterations of reality. First of all, you can select any perspective you want on it. If you select yes, then that'll be true for you. If you select no, that'll be true for you. If you just select like, well, I was witness to the reality where they passed, right? What feels good for you to believe in yourself right now? Don't be like, oh my God, I'm going around dropping people like flies because of some flaw in my consciousness. That's not how it is, right? Energy is shifting and moving. So you can actually ask to receive the knowing and the wisdom that is best for you to hold at this time. Whatever you want to know, choose to know it. Sometimes I feel reluctant to change my perception of some people because they hurt or something. Maybe some... Yeah, you can drop the story of someone having too much trauma because, again, that's infinite selections of reality. So you're just like, no, they're actually perfect. Who was it that was like sharing the story about like, maybe it was someone's success story, but they were like, they changed the story of like, this person has such a healthy relationship with their dad and like, they're such a like whatever. And like anything that they'd had a story of. Gosh knows, I've told some stories about people in my reality and myself. And then I had to stop doing that. I have no idea what they're sawing over there, but thanks for bearing with me as that's going on. Does it have to take time if you decide they're healed and ready now? Yes, ma'am. Might as well just view them in the best light, right? That's what I'm going to do now. Exactly. In the best light, the light of your consciousness. You are casting the light. Yeah. All right, my loves. Tips for feeling anxious all day. I walk and try not to over consume content. Start telling the story that you feel relaxed all day. Right? Literally, sometimes it's that easy. It's going to shift your consciousness and awareness. Like, people think that it's not that easy, but it is. And actually, the only people who think that it's not that easy are the ones projecting from the consciousness of hard and struggle. I'm projecting from easy. The more you say, like, actually, I'm really good at relaxing. I know exactly how to relax. I'm going to do it right now. You teach yourself to relax. It always does work out for you. Whatever you choose to experience, you're going to experience. So let it be easy. All right, my loves, I'm going to go now. This replay I'll put up on the YouTube, and you can enjoy that. Check out the Hypnotones tracks. My Body's So Healthy is up today. Thanks for liking, commenting, subscribing, all that jazz. And yeah, like, if you're saying they always do something, you're decreeing that in your reality. So choose that, whatever you desire, right? It's actually always the way that you want it to be. That's it. You're literally casting it from your voice, from your mouth, as a spell of like what's happening, and they can only show you what you're holding. My pleasure. You're beautiful and amazing. Is there anything else? Yeah, Healthy State is on sale right now, and so is Select Your Reality. They're both phenomenal programs if you really want to learn that peace and safety and wellness in yourself. And then it also like more free resources on podcasts and YouTube and tons on TikTok. Look at this wind. All right, I'm gonna go. Bye guys. So much love.